Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 29th December 2020. As all of us know, we are into the revision mode. We are revising all the chapters, entire syllabus of class 11th biology. As part of it, we are revising chapter number 18, body fluids and circulation. Yesterday in our class we were discussing about cardiac cycle. What is the importance of cardiac cycle? What is blood pressure and how to take care of ourselves from this hypertension or BP? What are the values that we are supposed to maintain? Now in this session we are going to talk in case we are not able to maintain health, what will happen? What are the various disorders that will come in body circulation or body fluids and circulation, and how to detect it. If there is any abnormality, how to detect it. One of the best methods to detect abnormality in the functioning of heart is ECG. Most of you are familiar already with this word ECG, expansion electrocardiograph. So it is a graphical representation of electrical activity of heart during cardiac cycle. The electrocardiograph machine is used to obtain electrocardiogram. The patient is connected to three electrical leads to wrist and left ankle. And the graph that we get will be in this fashion. That is, you have got a P wave, you have got a QRS complex wave, and of course you have got a T wave. So this shows this normal functioning of different parts of heart, like auricles, ventricles. In that again, auricle contraction, auricle relaxation, ventricle contraction, and ventricle relaxation. So if these are normal, then the graph will be like this. If there is any abnormality, any dysfunctioning, non-functioning of either auricles or ventricles or septa, then this graph will not be in this fashion. Abnormality will be shown. So the cardiologist will come to know where exactly is the problem in the heart. Is it in the auricles, left auricle, right auricle? Is it ventricle, left ventricle, right? Is it the septum, or is it valves? So is it SA node? So like this, cardiologist will come to know what exactly is the problem and where to look for the correction. So the P wave represents the electrical excitation of auricles. As I said, see, auricular depolarization, which leads to contraction of auricles. So P wave is the representation of atrial depolarization. So you can remember it as P wave, auricular depolarization, PAD. You remember it as PAD. Next, QRS wave represents depolarization of ventricles. So you can write it as QRS is DV. QRS DV, depolarization of ventricles, which initiates ventricular contraction. And the T wave represents the return of ventricle from excited to normal stage. So you can write T ventricular repolarization, TVR. So the end of T wave marks the end of systole. Counting the number of QRS complex in a given period of time determines the rate of heartbeat. Hence, the ECG definitely help us to diagnose and to recognize the problem persisting in the heart, within the heart. So ECG is a graphical record of electric current produced by the excitation of cardiac muscles. The instrument used to record these changes is electrocardiograph. Now you must be very careful. The machine is called electrocardiograph, and ECG is electrocardiogram, that is graphical representation of the electric current that is produced by the cardiac muscles. So ECG is cardiogram, electrocardiogram, and the machine is electrocardiograph. So a normal ECG is composed of P wave, as you are seeing, short upheaval. A QRS wave goes up, at the tip R will be there, and a T wave, again one upheaval, just like your roadblock, what we call speed control roadblock, P wave, and the T wave. The P wave is a small upward wave that indicates a depolarization of auricular contraction. It is caused by activation of SA node, the pacemaker, natural pacemaker. QRS wave begins after a fraction of a second of the P wave. It represents ventricular contraction. Then the T wave is dome shaped, that indicates ventricular relaxation. That's why I said T indicates ventricular relaxation, TVR I said. Okay. And what are the various disorders? In spite of all that, there will be some disorders because of our lifestyle, because of our the food that we consume, and the stress will make a lot of difference in our life. So what are the various disorders of circulatory system? Very common one, of course, hypertension, which we were talking about it, high blood pressure. It is high blood pressure is normally because of the our style of functioning in our life, day-to-day life. Somebody is always under tension, under stress, and somebody is very, very sensitive to stress. So then it results in hypertension. So the it is normally we said the blood pressure will be systolic and diastolic pressure should be 120/80. This 120 mmHg, which is systolic, that's pumping pressure, and 80 mmHg is the diastole. Diastole I said RD, relaxation or resting pressure. It leads to heart disease and affect vital organs like brain and kidney. So one needs to be careful, and of course one of the reasons for the hypertension is excessive salt intake. So doctors always, particularly cardiologists, advise not to take too much of salt. Salt should be reduced. And the logic, all of you know that in our body there are two pumps that control heart. One is sodium, another is potassium. Why doctors say not to eat salt? After all, salt is NaCl. When salt is intaken in large quantity, after going inside the body, it breaks into Na plus and Cl minus. So that Na plus will put a lot of pressure on the blood circulatory system. So hypertension is direct resultant of that. Hence salt should be reduced, and of course meditation, yoga, and taking things easy, all this you need to take it. So this is how the things go on. Second, coronary artery disease, CAD we say, commonly called arteriosclerosis, that affects the blood vessels that supply blood to heart muscles due to deposition of fat, calcium, cholesterol that makes arteries lumen narrower. So CAD, coronary artery disease, so arteriosclerosis. The blood vessels will be having obstructions. And then third one, angina pectoris we say. It's a sudden recurring thoracic pain radiating to arms, especially left arm, when the demand for blood by the heart exceeds supply of the coronary arteries. It can occur by excessive exercise. So you need to be very careful. Don't do too much of exercise also. So it is called angina pectoris, acute chest pain due to less supply of oxygen to heart muscles. It may occur in elderly male as well as female. It occurs due to restricted blood flow. So that's angina pectoris. And then heart attack, heart failure. Heart does not pump enough blood to meet the requirement of the body. It is also known as congestive heart failure because congestion of lung is one of its causes. Heart failure is different from heart attack. Heart muscle is damaged by inadequate blood supply, and cardiac arrest when heart stops beating suddenly. So all the three are different. And also you got something called myocardial infarction. Is the complication due to reduced blood supply to heart wall. It results in pain, perspiration, nausea, and lot of changes will be observed in ECG. And then last, coronary thrombosis. Formation of a clot, look at that, formation of a clot in the coronary artery is coronary thrombosis. It occurs most frequently in the left anterior descending artery. So again, this gives a lot of damage to us. So overall, if you see the various disorders and diseases that are associated with body fluids and circulation is our lifestyle. Hence, one need to have a good lifestyle, and of course meditation and yoga are the best things that we can do. And you need to know what you eat. It's not that whatever is available